What's up, y'all? This is Jordan. Let me turn this video off. Yeah, this is Jordan. Coming back to you for another nappy review. You know what I'm saying? And today we will be talking about and discussing Avengers Endgame. Just came back from seeing it. Um, and the movie was fine. And okay, let me take that back. The movie had some issues, but it really was fine. The movie was fine. My issues were, well, this full spoilers. I'm not gonna hold anything back. I mean, I might, cause it's pretty fresh. Wow, I wanted to see more Avengers team up. I really wanted to see a lot more of that. I wanted to see more of the Hulk. I don't really remember what I seen of the Hulk do. Like the first half, it was interesting for my first time ever seeing it, but I do see it's not. This movie isn't like Infinity Wars, and when I say that, because Infinity Wars, I've seen that multiple times. I can sit back and watch Infinity Wars a lot. Like, I can sit back and watch Infinity Wars quite a bit, actually. There's, like, I usually only skip the Vision and Scarlet Witch part until, the fighting start. But, like, they love seeing that. That's usually the only part of the movie I skip. Sometimes I skip when they go to nowhere. But other than that, I usually watch that movie from beginning to end. Anytime I'm bored and throw on Netflix. So, this movie isn't that. I don't think. Like, I may have to watch it one more time, but it's pretty damn long. And it's not a hell of a lot of action. The action is premium, though. The action is good. But it's not a lot of it. It's really not a lot of it compared to the runtime. Like, on average on the runtime, I don't think it's actually a lot of action. And, I would like to see a little bit more a little bit more out of Captain Marvel. I get it. She is the most powerful event, but she's not perfect. She's not perfect, but she is, from what I've seen, the most powerful Avenger. So, yeah. Fat Thor. Let's talk about Fat Thor. I didn't like that. Not gonna lie. I didn't like Fat Thor. I didn't like Discouraged Thor. I thought he would have snapped out of it a little bit more than he did at the end. Like, I thought he would have lost his gut at least. So, Fat Thor is apparently a thing. But I'm starting to see that Thor will drastically change. I see Thor has been changed drastically in every movie. So, how he's going to be in Guardians 3? Who knows? Let's talk about Black Widow. Once I knew, this was very predictable to me, but it also had an element of unpredictability. But if you would have thought about it, like, of course Nat would have saved Hawkeye in the past, because yeah, matter of fact, there's a few things I need to, okay, there's a plot hole that I need to address. And this is why when I seen this part, I was like, okay, yeah, Natasha have to sacrifice herself on Vormir, because of the simple fact that Hawkeye's mission was to save his family, and I figured, his family can't happen without him. So I kind of got that. She's alone, and he got a family. She had something to lose, and she didn't. I get that. I get it. I kind of wish it was a way that both of them could live, to be honest. But I mean, I don't know what to say about that because it happened. It just happened, and it was like, damn, Natasha. I didn't want that to happen, but once I seen that them two was going to that planet, it was like it's kind of like I already knew. I knew, but I was hoping that maybe somehow both of them falling or something would have made them. Like I thought they would have figured out a way to trick the system. That didn't happen. So you know they still delivered on this movie, whether you want to believe that that's a good thing or not. They still kept the stakes super high. Things are super permanent right now. It seemed like Iron Man is dead. Iron Man is gone. He saved the universe. Captain America restored the universe. And Thor is still protecting the universe. It's the only protector really left. And then there's no then just the new Avengers are left. Okay, let's talk about Thanos. Let's talk about brother Thanos. So the movie basically starts off with let's try to go beat by beat. The movie that leads up to Thanos. Okay. The movie starts off with Iron Man, Nebula drifting off in space, by what we seen in the trailer. And no, Iron Man don't figure out a way to save them. Neither did Nebula. That time when they, working on the ship or whatever, they showed that, and that was important for them. But they really didn't explain. Like they just said why that, because they worked on the ship, and that bought them some time. But when they showed them in the trailer, it's pretty much out of time. Then, bam, MacGuffin. The MacGuffin was Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel randomly appears, smiles, save them. Cool. No problems with that. They go to Earth. Cap and Tony have they go in a full circle about what they then went through. Kind of basically, Tony is discouraged. He basically has no hope. Has no hope. Came home to Pepper. Realized that he had Pepper. Didn't realize Cap was in the fight like he was. Just just defeated. Team was defeated, man. So they link up. They come up with a plan, or a quick little plan, without Iron Man, to go link up with Thanos to see what's good with him. They find him. He destroyed the Infinity Stones. They found out he already had destroyed the stones. And Thor chopped his fucking head off. Oop, burnt myself. Just wrote that good. Now, that moment, I was jaw dropped. Like, whoa. Like, whoa. I almost want to say, did the credits start after that? I mean, I don't really remember. So that happened, and that's how basically the movie kind of wanted to start off. It had two starts, but the movie was very long. I know it was long because it was long, but it felt long. And there were some scenes that kind of really dragged. Like, but at the same time, it was nice because we're never going to get these characters back. This was our Avengers last run. Like, the original team, this was really their last go. and that's sad. That's sad because there's more out of the characters I still wanted to see. Like I wanted the Red Skull to reunite with Captain America. I thought that would have been very interesting if Cap and Natasha went their ways, but they never turned romantic. Their friendship never turned romantic. They stayed friends, and that was very interesting. Um, let's see, Thanos. They found Thanos. They came up with a plan to go see if they can reverse it. Thanos destroyed the stones. He was weakened, and it took him out. So time go past. Time go past, and everybody that thought that Scott Lang and time travel was the key, absolutely right, and absolutely right. Now the back in time scenes I felt like could have been way better. Like this movie basically left no plot holes, except how did Rhodey get another armor so fast. But other than that, this movie has very little plot holes from what I've seen, and it really did tie up a lot of loose angles, and it's like it left it to where shit is permanent. Like there's a reason why certain things can't go back, and it's threaded in the story. So okay, let's talk about what changed going forward. Quill and Gamora, that love, it's not there anymore. Not saying it can't be there, but it's gone. Gamora and Quill basically re meeting each other. Now, one thing I thought was a plot hole. To me, it's a plot hole because it makes. Maybe I have to watch something else to do it. And we're gonna keep this review at about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. We're gonna keep it low. I really want to cut it off now, but we cut off in a few minutes. Um, when Nebula killed herself, I thought that would have created a time paradox, but it didn't. So we still have Nebula, but I really thought I thought that was supposed to be the end of Nebula. I thought that would have erased her from time, which I feel like it should. To be honest, like I feel like once she went back to the right time, she should have disappeared. But you know what? I take that back. You know what? I don't even know, cause now that I think about it a little bit more, you know what? I take that back. I'll take that back because yeah, I'm sorry, that wasn't a plot hole. I thought about it a little bit. It might be right because past Gamora took future Gamora's bracelet and went to the past and went to the future. So therefore, past Gamora to do came. Hmm. Oh yeah, because Gamora opened a time rip and let. Okay. 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 Yeah. So Nebula opened up the time thing. Yeah. Okay. So, but yeah, everybody that says Scott Ant-Man was basically the missing link. That was right. Um, but as far as theories, that's really the only fan theory that that's really the only fan theory that actually went through was the time travel thing, and I don't think no other theory really really got anything else. There was really nothing else to get. This really was except for Iron Man, Cap not gonna make it, but I feel like motherfuckers didn't really have evidence to say that. They was just saying that. So Cap, he lived his life. He had a happy ending. Iron Man, he sacrificed his life for everybody. He did what he put in the work that had to been done. So thank you, Iron Man. You did the damn thing. Pepper Potts' armor is very sweet. It was very cool. There was a super huge SJW moment, which that could have been a plot hole. Like, where was the guys at? But I get it. It's the decade of women right now, or whatever it's gonna be. So, all the women of the MCU, women heroes, they had a quick little moment. It was pretty cool. It was epic. I mean, all the fighting and action scenes were epic. When there was at least 3 or more Avengers on the screen at one time, the dialogue was very cool. But there was a lot of talking in this movie. There was at least a consecutive amount of maybe 2 hours. It was only, out of a 3-hour movie, it was about 2 hours of talking, 3 hour action. Like, wasn't a lot of action in this movie. Like, all the action was premium that did happen. Like, all the action was, like, good. But it wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot. The Thanos versus the team fight. No, Thanos, okay. The Thanos fights was awesome. The final fight, army versus army, awesome. Awesome sauce. It took a long time to get there, though. It took a lot to get there. Thanos tried. Thanos tried. I mean, they couldn't foresee this shit happening except for Doctor Strange. So Doctor Strange still knew. That shit crazy. That if it came down to them or the time stone, he still picked the time stone. He didn't lie. When the Hulk convinced the elder one, the ancient one, to give him the time stone, that was pretty interesting too. Like, the movie was damn interesting. Don't get me wrong, it was damn interesting. Like, me as a true diehard fan, the character stuff was good. It was good. I liked it. But as a person that had been hyping this shit up for so long, like, I've been hyping this shit up for quite a while to other people. And I feel like if you're not all the way invested, you may not like this movie. Like, or you may love it. I don't know. But because it's a lot of dialogue. It's not like Infinity Wars. Like, Infinity Wars and Black Panther got people hooked because it was just so good. But it had a lot of action. You know what I'm saying? This one had a lot of talking. It had a lot of heart to it. Maybe too much heart. A little too much. Yeah. Like, because there's a good portion of the beginning. It's hard to say the beginning, though. First half or so. A good part of it, I would probably never really want to rewatch again. But, like, the stuff with, like, let's talk about the Hulk. The Hulk was very interesting and disappointing and super interesting at the very same time. Like, all three. Like, the Hulk was very cool. Professor Hulk, or wherever, Hulk and Banner completely fused at sync. Very good. Very interesting. Couple funny ass parts. But I really wanted to see the power. This, Hawk once again kind of went down early. Hawk went down pretty fast after he did what he did. He technically saved everybody, but he he was that shit came with a price. I wonder what would have happened if Thor actually did do the snap. You never know. So Thor was depressed through most of the movie. He got over it after chopping it with his moms. That was interesting. But that really didn't snap him back yet because he wasn't ready to make the snap. So Hawk made the snap. Hawk with the I'm not gonna lie, coolest character, coolest visual to me was Pepper Potts in her armor doing her Kamehameha beam. Very cool. Iron Man doing his fusion thing with to do the lightning Thor. Most awesomest shit I ever seen in my life. Nice. But this movie is damn awesome for. We're not even gonna talk about that in a minute. We're gonna make one more video. Um, we're gonna talk about the best scene, the best moment in MCU. So stay tuned for that.